You can hear my voice, yes?
Yes.
Okay, this is our 5th week of Zoom class. And in our previous classes, we have seen different 4 topics. We have raised and discussed about simple present tense, conditionals, present perfect and past perfect, and degrees of comparison. And for today, we're going to talk about personal pronouns. Personal pronouns. It's found on your English grade 8 textbook on the 5th week lesson. As you know, we raise grammar parts only because the other listening and speaking part. Excuse me?
ከትምህርት ቤት ነው የምንገዛው?
Okay, we will let you know about that when you come back to school, but currently we don't have the textbooks at school, so if it's possible, you can buy it from outside, but I'm not sure whether it is here or not. But the school is trying to find the books. The government hasn't provided us yet, but we'll let you know. If there is a chance that you could get it from outside school, then that's very good. But if not,
it's available in Mega Bookstore.
I'm not sure. Anyways, our topic is not talking about English textbook now, so let's proceed. Personal pronouns. As always, I will display the note and then we'll discuss depending on it. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. So before we go to personal pronouns, what's a pronoun? That's the basic question we need to ask ourselves. What's a pronoun? As you all know, a pronoun is a replacement for a noun. A pronoun is a replacement for a noun. And the basic use of pronouns is to avoid repetition of nouns. For example, if you are writing about yourself, and let's say your name is Johannes, and you say Johannes was born in this place, Johannes is this years old, Johannes did this, Johannes did that. Instead of using this, you can replace the noun with a pronoun to avoid repetition and to avoid the boringness of your writing, because anyone who reads or listens to your story wants to be interested first. And a pronoun is a word that refers or takes the place of a noun. The noun being referred to is called antecedent. Antecedent is the noun that is referred by the pronoun. The identity of the pronoun is made clear by the antecedent. Look at the example. The boy said that he was tired. The boy said that he was tired. So he is the pronoun and he directly refers to the boy. And that boy is the antecedent. There are many different types of pronouns. The personal pronouns, possessive, reflexive, intensive, demonstrative, interrogative, relative, indefinite, and reciprocal. But before we pass to our today's main topic, let's define personal pronouns. Personal. Can you understand what it means? Personal. When you say personal, it refers that person. It refers to the word person. Personal is an adjective formed from the noun person. Personal pronouns. These are pronouns that refer to a specific person or thing in a sentence and can be divided into 2 groups, nominative and objective, which means subjective and objective. Nominative means subjective. Subjective means pronouns that take the place of the subject. For example, when you say, I went to the store after work, I is a pronoun that took the place of the subject. For subject pronouns, you can have first person singular, first person plural, the same with second person singular and second person plural, and third person singular and third person plural. I is first person singular, the plural is we. You is second person singular as well as second person plural. You when it refers to one person, and you when it refers to a group of people. He, she, it are third person singular nouns, and they is third person plural pronoun. When you come to objective personal pronouns, these are the objective forms of the ones that I mentioned now. So look at it. Me, that's the object pronoun form of I. You, as I said earlier, you is second person plural as well as singular, so the object form is also the same. Him is for he, her is for she, it is for it, the same as you. It doesn't change when it is object or subject pronoun. And us is for we, and finally them is for they. When you come to possessive pronouns, before defining it, let's define what it means by possession. Possessive comes from the word possess. Possess means own. Own means have something as yours. So possessive pronouns that show ownership. In other words, something belongs to someone. It belongs to someone. For example, for I, you say my or mine. For you, you say your or yours. For he, his. For she, her or hers. For it, its. For we, our or ours. And for they, their or theirs. That book is mine. That book is mine means it belongs to me. Their shoes. When you say their shoes are under the bed, there refers to the group of people, to them. The shoes belong to them. When you say reflexive, reflexive pronoun means pronouns that refer back. Refer back. They are used to show that the subject of the sentence is receiving the action of the verb. So it refers back. Myself, she can handle the situation herself. So the object of this sentence is herself. We can write the paper ourselves. Ourselves refers to we. So for reflexive pronouns, you add self for the singulars and selves for the plurals. You add self for the singulars and selves for the plurals. I guess this table summarizes what we have been discussing on. The personal pronoun, the subjective or nominative, the personal pronoun, the objective, and the possessive pronoun, and finally the reflexive pronoun. So this exactly summarizes what we have discussed until now. When you come to intensive pronouns, they are pronouns that are used only to place emphasis. Emphasis means focus. For example, if someone wants to emphasize on something, they use intensive pronouns. These pronouns look the same as reflexive pronouns, but they act differently in the sentence and are always placed next to the subject that they are emphasizing. Remember, the previous ones, the ones that we said refer back or the objects of the sentence, are the same in form. They are like myself, yourself, himself, and so on. With intensive, they are the same. But when you come to intensive, because they are used as giving emphasis or emphasizing on the subject, they come right next to the subject. Their place is next to the subject. So how do we identify them? Whether they are intensive or, sorry, the previous one, which is reflexive. You say reflexives take the place of the object, but intensive come right next to the subject. Look at the example. You yourself must go to the police station. It's giving emphasis, not anybody else, but you. So it's giving emphasis on you. For example, sometimes when you are at home and do some job at home, you want your parents to, to see that. Dad, I myself cleaned my room. You can possibly say, Dad, I cleaned my room, but you said, Dad, I myself cleaned my room. So your dad, I mean, you want your dad to emphasize on who did that job. So you say, I myself did the job. When you come to the next type of pronoun, it is demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronouns are pronouns that are used to identify nouns and answer the question, which one? By the way, guys, I'm giving you a little bit a wider lesson on types of pronouns because I want you to have a clear idea on them. But our focus is on the ones that we discussed first, which are the personal pronouns. But why not we see every type of pronoun? So demonstrative pronouns are commonly known as for. They are this, that, and the plural forms of the ones that I mentioned now, which are these and those. So when you say this, you are using it with one noun, and when you say this, you are using it with more than one noun. These are the books that John was talking about. But if it was this, you would say this is the book that John was talking about. The next type of pronoun is interrogative pronoun. When you say interrogative pronouns, as you can understand from the name, interrogation means questioning. Questioning pronouns. Questioning pronouns means pronouns that are used to ask questions. So they are who, what, which, whom, whose, and so on. For example, you can use them to ask questions. Which one of these pens is yours? It's a question. Who is that girl? It's also a question. So you use interrogative pronouns to ask questions. In English, one word can have more than one function. Here, which and who were used as an interrogative pronoun, but they always don't act as interrogative pronouns. They could be relative pronouns, which is our next type of pronoun. Relative pronouns are pronouns that are used to connect clarifying information to nouns or other pronouns within a sentence. Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are used to introduce a relative clause. A relative clause. For example, who, that, which, whom, whose, whoever, whichever, whomever, whatever. These are the types of relative pronouns. We use them to introduce a relative clause. Look at this one. Who is used when referring to a subject? Whom is used when you are referring to an object? The letter should be addressed to whom? This is when you ask a question using to it. The man who married the principal is an engineer, you can say. Who married the principal is the relative clause introduced by the relative pronoun who. In relative clause and in relative pronouns, who and that can be used interchangeably, and that and which are also used interchangeably. We'll discuss this in detail when we are reaching the topic called relative clauses. So I'll skip it for now. Indefinite pronouns are pronouns that are used in reference to a person, used to identify a group of people or things. Group of people or things. When you say everyone, it doesn't identify one person. It's like a group of people or things. Everybody, everything, anybody, anyone, and so on. You can read this because I'm going to send you this as a note. And for an example, you can see everybody has to take the writing proficiency examination in order to graduate. Not single, it doesn't single out one person, but it says everybody. So it's indefinite. When you say definite, it means one or known. But when you say indefinite, it's unknown. So it's grouped. The last one is reciprocal pronouns. Reciprocal pronouns are pronouns that are used to refer to a mutual set of people. Mutual means two or more. We need to help one another to survive. We need to help one another. So we need to help each other, which means they had remembered each other's phone numbers. So they remember, one remembers the others and the other remembers one's phone number, it means. So as I said earlier, I want you to focus on types of personal pronouns, but as an information, you can enjoy these types of pronouns too. So when we come back to personal pronouns, just to summarize our lesson, it says personal subject pronouns, personal object pronouns, personal possessive pronouns, personal reflexive pronouns. These the ones that you see under personal, nominative, or subjective pronouns always appear at the beginning of your sentences on the place of the subject. And the ones that are found next, the personal objective pronouns, they appear to be on the place of object. And when you come to possessive pronoun, the possessive pronouns are used as possession, showing possession, ownership, belongingness of something. And finally, reflexive pronouns. They are used to refer back. But if you remember, reflexive pronouns can be known as what kind of pronoun? Do you remember? What was the other name for reflexive pronouns with the same shape? For myself, myself. Emphasizing pronouns. Don't forget. Intensive pronouns, we said, yes? Emphasizing, giving emphasis for something. So these are the basic personal pronouns. And I guess our discussion ends right here. If you have any question, it's time to ask. Hello, guys.
Yes, Mr.
Is there any question about our discussion? Any question?
No.
No.
Okay, if you don't have any question, as I always do, I have prepared some questions for our practice time. And I guess everyone will participate actively on that. Can you see this? Can you see it?
يتغير.
Okay, very good. So, circling pronouns worksheet, it says you are going to choose one of the pronouns in bracket to complete the statements or these sentences. Okay, and I'll give you 10 minutes. There are 16 questions, but 10 minutes is enough, and we'll discuss after that. Can you see the worksheet?
No.
No.
No. No.
What about
No,
now?
mister. Yes.
Yes.
Kita yellow.
Mister.
Okay, do it.
Mister, on the sixth question.
Sorry, did you ask me a question?
On the sixth question, I can tell.
Uh,
I think that should be included.
Question number 6 is fine. Okay. Question number 6 is fine. Do it as it is. Have you finished, guys?
Yes.
Did you finish, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Okay. No?
We finished.
No.
How many more minutes do you need?
2.
2 minutes.
1.
Okay, I'll display
0.5.
the questions for 3 more minutes. Finish up. Okay, I guess time is up and it's enough for you. So let's start giving answers for each question. So number 1, what do you have for number 1 as an answer?
I think that you are one of the biggest students in
I.
the brightest students in the
One of the brightest students in the class. Yes, I is the correct pronoun. I is taken as an answer because the first reason is it's found on the place of the subject. I think that you are one of the brightest students in the class. Very good. What about number 2?
We.
We are going
We-
to the football
We.
game.
we
We think.
We?
Yes, we don't start our sentence by saying us. Yes, us is
Yes.
object pronoun. Yeah, we are going to the football game this weekend. And number 3?
you
You.
I can tell that you
You.
really enjoyed the movie.
You.
You
Yes, I can tell that you really enjoyed the movie. I can tell that you really enjoy
Hi.
the movie.
Sammy.
What about number 4?
Sammy. That.
that
Sammy.
that
Sammy.
Okay, come again. Number 4.
That.
that
That.
Are you
That
sure?
is the
That is one of the best movies I've ever seen all year.
one of the best movies I've seen.
Yes, it is the right answer. Of course, that could be an answer too, but for that is a demonstrative pronoun. It's a demonstrative pronoun. It's usually used when you are pointing out one specific thing or person. In this case, the more appropriate one is it. It is one of the best movies I've seen all year, or that can be also an answer. So for this one, I say both can be answers. Number 5.
He.
Yes.
He.
Yeah, because the pronoun he is followed by the singular verb to be, which is. So he is a very bright young man. Number 6. Sorry?
She.
Yeah, I can tell she really tried hard
Her.
to perform well. Yes, I can tell she really tried hard to perform well. What about number 4?
They.
Yeah,
They.
them is object pronoun. So you say they are going to the movies after school today. Number 8,
Him. Him.
can you give the gift to him? Yes, because at the end of this question, it says his party. So can you give the gift to him? What about number 9?
Her.
Yeah,
Her.
you don't say tell she. Tell her means you tell her. You is the subject, tell is the verb, and her is the object. So you tell her that she did a fabulous job. Indirectly, there is you as a subject in this sentence. What about number 10?
I.
Yes, we don't say we am. So you say I am one of the hardest working players on the team. Number 11?
Us.
Yeah, make sure to tell us object pronoun of we. So make sure to tell us the score as soon as you can. Number 12?
You.
Yeah, you are a very fast runner. Number 13.
It.
I can tell
It.
it was a very difficult decision to make. By the way, I can tell is always followed by a subject pronoun. I can tell it was a very difficult situation. The answer is it. Number 14.
He.
Are you sure that he turned it
They.
in his homework? Yes, because it says his homework. What if this question was, are you sure that turn it in their homework? It would be
He.
they, yes. Number 15.
Her.
Yes, please remind her the importance of being on time. Excellent. And the last one?
Them.
Yes, please ask
Them.
them if they are available for Monday. So guys, our today's lesson was about personal pronouns. Of course, we have tried to see different kinds of pronouns in the meantime, and I hope you enjoyed our discussion. I'll see you next time on Monday. Bye-bye for now. Bye.
Bye, Mister. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.